That is good light, that is. Hi guys, I'm back with another video, and this week's video I am basically going to announce my holy grail of eyeshadow palettes for the Harvey Nichols Holy Grail campaign. In case you were living under a rock for the last 5 to 6 weeks, every week I have been reviewing a new eyeshadow palette and creating a different look with it. And now I've done them all. I actually have all the eyeshadows right here in my pocket. So if we just get straight into it and recap from week 1, I tested out the Laura Mercier Extreme Neutrals eyeshadow palette. And this eyeshadow palette consists of 12 colors, ladies. It's actually the biggest palette of all of the ones that I've tried, and it is, I believe, £45. Is that right, Sid?
Maybe I should hold your phone next.
Maybe you should do that, yes. I created a look that played with the violet and lilac shades quite a bit. I did enjoy it, but I remember that there was quite a bit of fallout in the palette. The packaging is nice, snakeskin type thing. Decent price, loads of colors, and it was very good for every day. Can I, sorry, get that? Week 2, ladies, I tested out the Rhodial Smoky Eye Sculpt eyeshadow palette, and this is 6 shades. The packaging is very, very minimal. It's kind of that packaging where you can't really go wrong. You kind of please everybody with it, which is a good thing. Very compact, I like it a lot. I believe this palette was £35, the cheapest out of the 5 that I reviewed. I created a very, very orangey brown, almost smoky look with this, and played a bit with the black on the end to create a bit of a wing. I must say I enjoyed this palette very, very much, and I think the quality is outstanding, especially for the price. And I have picked up this palette a number of times since first trying it, which tells me I like it a lot. Okay, then guys, week 3, I decided to try the Hourglass Modernist palette in exposure. This palette actually comes in different variations of colors. I just decided to choose this one, which is a very, very purpley kind of mix of colors. I was really excited to try it, and I even got a little too excited and tried a cut crease look. It was a semi-fail, but also almost a pass, but not really quite there. But at least I gave it a go. It's a very good looking palette. Look at the hilly marble effect and the presentation of the actual colors. Sid, do you mind not putting me on your vlog? This palette is £56, which is more expensive. It's more on the luxury end, but just remember it does come in a variation of colors, so you don't have to particularly get this one. Okie dokie. Week 4, guys, I tried the Giorgio Armani Eyes to Kill 4-color eyeshadow. Now, I must admit, I judged a book by its cover, but although technically this cover is a really good one because it's Giorgio Armani, I kind of put in my head that, oh, it's luxury makeup, it's just going to be overpriced, there's only 4 colors in there, you know, it's all about the name, blah, blah, blah. Then I actually tried it, and I was very delighted by the outcome and the look that I managed to create with just these 4 colors. In fact, the look looked absolutely amazing before I even used all 4 colors. The quality was really, really great. I'm not so sure about the packaging. It's kind of that really classic looking packaging, like, you know, almost like you know that your mum will have this kind of thing in her makeup bag and she will have it for years. And then you also do get the 2 makeup brushes in there that have fallen out for me, but I've never used them, and I don't think I ever would because they are pretty useless. This palette is £50, guys, which is expensive for just 4 colors, and 4 colors that are not that exciting either. Although I did really enjoy using this palette and was super surprised by the quality. And actually what I did learn from using this palette is that sometimes quality over quantity is better for you guys in the long run. Okay, so finally, guys, week number 5, which was last week, I tried the Charlotte Tilbury Luxury palette, and it is again 4 colors. I picked it in Vintage Vamp, mainly because I was super attracted to these 2 shades over here. The bottom right one being a very amazing foily kind of gold. which I was really excited to use. And then I was equally surprised to see that the one on top glided onto my eyelids absolutely beautifully. This palette is a luxury palette and it is £39. So nowhere near as expensive as the Giorgio Armani one, but definitely a lot more exciting in terms of the color combinations in each palette, because the Giorgio Armani one does come in different variations, so you could pick a palette with more green shades, etc. And you can do with Charlotte Tilbury, but I feel like the variety in each 4-color palette is a lot more exciting, let's say. Guys, with all of the looks, what I've been doing is just looking at the palette and just kind of figuring out what to do there and then. None of the looks were pre-planned or anything like that. I really enjoyed the look I came up with, although it was a lot more glam. Okay guys, so they are the 5 palettes. What I'm actually gonna do now is count down to the Holy Grail. In at number 5 is probably going to be the Laura Mercier Extreme Neutrals palette. Although it's the biggest palette there with the majority of colours, I just didn't enjoy it as much, and I actually haven't gone to pick it up and use it again since trying it almost 6 weeks ago. It's £45, so the price is definitely reasonable, but unfortunately for me, the fallout of the eyeshadow just meant that I really wasn't enjoying it because it was so much effort trying to get a lot of the pigment onto my actual lids. So, number 5. Number 4, ladies, is definitely going to have to be the Hourglass Modernist palette. I do love Hourglass, but I wasn't that impressed with the palette. It did pigment really well and it allowed me to do a cut crease, but I think maybe it's a little bit overpriced and you're paying mainly for the presentation of the eyeshadow. And plus, I haven't picked it up again since trying it, so that to me tells me a lot, okay? In at number 3, I think it's probably going to have to be Giorgio Armani, okay? Technically, I couldn't fault this palette at all, other than the outdated packaging, potentially. It's very like lightweight plastic. It doesn't feel very luxury, and considering it is £50, I would want it to feel like, I really don't want to drop this and break it. Do you know what I mean? The quality was flawless, however, and I have actually gone to pick this up a few more times since using it. So it's in at number 3, well, that just tells me the other 2 are pretty great. So guys, the Holy Grail is going to be either the Rhode Isle palette or the Charlotte Tilbury one. Okay, should we do a bit of suspense here, Sid? What's it gonna be? It's gonna be... Charlotte Tilbury palette, guys! I hope that was worth the wait. I just think it's so glam. The colours in the palette, just, especially those 2, woo! Oh my god. I think I knew it was the Holy Grail as soon as I went and put that on my lid. Did you see the glide on the lid? I was just like, you know what I'm talking about. I actually do have it in another colour variation as well, which I'm yet to try, but I cannot wait to try. And this is £39, guys, so it is luxury, but it's nowhere near as expensive as some of the other luxury ones for 4 shades. And like I said earlier, I love the variety within the 4 palettes rather than them all being very, very similar kind of shades. It just allows for a lot more room to be a lot more creative and a lot more glam. Basically, you can go from 0 with this palette to 100 really, really quick. Oh my god, I got some on my jeans. Oopsie. The packaging is just so, I think, iconic for Charlotte Tilbury. I really, really enjoyed this palette, guys. Can't wait to try out all the other colours. For me, it's the Holy Grail. Look how compact it is, but imagine the amount of looks you can create. Let me know which palette you guys think should have been the Holy Grail, or if you agree with me, or if you've even tried this palette before and what looks you've created with it, because I'd love to see that. Make sure you head on over to harveynichols.com/beauty to check out the full reviews of each of the palettes, and also to have a look at the full reviews of other makeup categories that the other bloggers have also been reviewing, and also to see what the Holy Grail in all the other categories are as well. I'm going to now go and enjoy my Holy Grail because I'm actually going out to an event later. Yes, thanks very much for watching, and I will see you in my next video. Till next time, bye! Hi! Okay, I'm dizzy.